Now, a trip to the movies without a box of buttery popcorn is hardly a trip to the movies at all. It's been sold in cinemas for decades, but do you have any idea where popcorn comes from and how it pops? Tash takes a look.
Popcorn has been a much-loved snack for many years.
Popcorn for sale. Only 50 cents. Anyone want some popcorn?
And it's just as popular today. But what do you know about this tasty snack? Let's find out. Popcorn is a special kind of corn because it's the only type that will completely pop. There are a couple of reasons why. Firstly, the outer bit of popcorn kernels, called the husk, is pretty strong. But the secret is water. A little bit of water can be found on the inside of the kernels. When the kernels are heated up to around 230 degrees Celsius, pressure builds up and the water inside turns into steam. That forces the kernels to literally explode inside out. And this is what you end up with, popcorn flakes. Now, they come in a couple of different shapes. You've got the butterfly one and the mushroom. Now, the butterfly ones are the ones you usually find at the movies, and they're meant to feel a lot better in your mouth, whereas the mushroom ones are commonly used in packaged popcorn because they're a lot tougher and they don't get squished. But where does popcorn come from before it ends up in our mouth? Gerard runs a popcorn farm near Griffith in New South Wales. He's been growing and processing the stuff for 11 years, and he's now the biggest grower of popcorn in the country.
Popping corn's, it's a lot tougher to grow than ordinary maize. Moisture's a lot more critical. It doesn't handle the heat as well as maize. Sweet corn is a lot tougher again.
The cobs are harvested and the corn's taken a few k's away to this factory. It's transferred into silos where it's left to air. This makes sure the moisture levels inside each kernel are just right. The corn is then cleaned and packaged, and small batches are cooked up to make sure it's ready for its next journey. It ends up here before being sent off to cinemas in Australia and New Zealand. It all seems like a pretty simple and smooth process, but there are things that can affect popcorn farmers and their crops. They need to make sure the corn stays clean. If it hits the ground, it has to stay there because farmers can't risk stones ending up in buckets of popcorn.
If it hits the deck, you're going to get dirt in it. So you just have to go over the top and leave it. Because once those stones get in there, they're in there. A child in a cinema picks up that bit of popping corn, thinks the kernel, breaks a tooth. I get a complaint and a bill.
Crops can also be destroyed by weather events like drought or rainstorms. And cheaper popcorn from overseas can also be a problem. In the past, countries like Argentina have sold popcorn at much cheaper prices, which our guys can't compete with. So next time you crunch on some popcorn, you'll know a little bit more about this tasty snack.